Propel Fitness Water. With Gatorade electrolytes, zero sugar, and vitamins, Propel hydrates better than water to help you get the most out of your workout and get back to your best self. What propels you? Propel with Gatorade electrolytes.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on a DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries, now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Shave ice by the beach. A trip to the state fair. And a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
Coach Unplugged is brought to you by great people over at teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. Here is your host, Steve Collins.
Hey everybody, welcome to Coach Unplugged Hump Day, episode 504. Today we're going to do a two-parter. We'll have an interview with Patrick. It's a good one. It's also kind of leading into kind of my business and teachhoops.com and kind of how I've made that kind of one of my passions in life, and how I'm hoping at some point to be able to help other teachers and kind of figure that avenue. So it's a good one. There'll be a lot of great questions answered in there. So make sure you go over and check it out, and go call Dr. Dish right now. The most innovative shooting machine on the market. Mention High School Hoops and Coach Unplugged. They'll give you $300 off your purchase. All right, let's head off to part one of our interview with Patrick. Coach Unplugged. I got to make sure I hit the right button there. Coach, so I was just getting off office hours for Teach Hoops, and so I haven't read through your entire resume. So what I'm going to have you do is introduce yourself to the listeners. What I usually do is have people go through and kind of discuss their basketball journey, and then we'll talk about how you've become an athletic director and gone to the dark side. And then, so I hope my ADs listen to this. And then he's my son's godfather, so I think I'm okay. And then we'll talk about the tournament and stuff. We're really excited about coming down. It's great. Snowed in Wisconsin, so we got pieces of snow. So we're very excited. Trust me. All right, so go ahead, introduce yourself and tell the audience about your basketball journey.
Coach, first off, I appreciate you having me on. I'm Pat Hollern. I'm the Director of Athletics at Windermere Prep in Windermere, Florida. The journey has definitely been interesting along the way, I would say. I think from Catholic schools in Pennsylvania, to Oxbridge Academy in West Palm Beach, Florida, working for the people I've worked to, and then on my way up to Windermere Prep to start to sort of adjust the culture of what we want our athletic programs to look like. And that's something I think over the years of being in coaching, it's become more of a mainstay center focus of what our culture is and what it needs to be. I think I've learned over the years, and I'm sure you understand this very well, Coach, that you can never win enough. So it's got to be about something more than what the scoreboard says.
Yes, if my brother, I don't remember who told me this. He goes, because I've won 3 state titles. He goes, if you're only happy if you win your last game, you're going to have a miserable career, Steve. I remember that very early. I go, I never really thought about that, because there's really only like a couple coaches that are happy at the end of the year. Yeah. I coached boys volleyball, and we lost in this couple steps before the state tournament. But it was a fun year. I had so much fun. It was a great group. But culture is that unique kind of word. When I took over our program, we were horrible. And it took 5-6 years to just slowly build that culture of, here's the expectations, here's what you want, here's and then it becomes like a family, because every family has expectations. Like, you better take out
the trash when I tell you to do it. It's no different in a team. A team is just an extension of a family, to be honest with you.
And it's something, Coach, that we try to talk about with our coaches. We have a lot of younger coaches at the school. Find guys you can lose with. Because you can lose with them, you can sure heck win with them. So that includes staff, that includes players. Like, what's it like? I'm sure you can understand this, and I've said this. A lot of my philosophy came. So I was an assistant baseball coach in high school back in PA at the Catholic school. We win the state championship, and I'm sitting in the locker room after the game, and we had won like 14-1 in 5 innings. And I look at one of the other assistants, and I said, "This is it." Like, I expected to feel something different. I remember getting on the bus and saying to our head coach, who was my assistant in basketball, "Man, we got to do something different. Like, it has to be more worth our while than this. You can understand this. I'm pretty sure you've gotten off a bus after a 30-point win and said, we're never playing like that again. Like, body language was bad. The eye contact was bad. Timeouts were bad. The guys sitting on the bench were not into it. And you've gotten off a bus after a 5-point loss and said, that's it. That's how we're going to play basketball."
Right.
The ball, people move, defensive help, talk, bench was awesome. Coach, we just didn't win the game. Whatever happened. We missed a couple shots or made a bad pass here or there. And that's going to, that communication, that'll all work ourselves out in the year. But, man, if we play that way, we're going to win a whole bunch.
Win a lot of games. That's all right. Trust me. This is live. I've had just – can you wave to me, bud? Come introduce yourself. Come on. You can come say hi. What's your name?
Carson.
Carson, you play basketball?
Yeah, he's 7. We're getting
7.
there.
We're getting there.
He's baseball, too.
Oh, well, you live in Florida. Everybody plays baseball in Florida.
No choice. All right, go get mom.
It's nice out.
All right, man.
Oh, gosh. So I've got a senior. And then I've got a freshman daughter. So I got a senior son and a freshman daughter. So I don't even remember that age, to be honest.
Yeah, so we have 4 of them.
Okay.
My oldest is 14. She's in 8th grade, and then the youngest is 3. So.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's a wide range.
Yeah.
So going back to so how did you end up so where were you born and how did you end up in Florida?
Sure. Johnstown, PA.
Okay.
Western PA mindset, sort of how we operate, how we do things. A guy who had hired me at 22 to be a head basketball coach at one of the Catholic schools in Western PA eventually became the athletic director at Oxbridge Academy in West Palm.
Okay.
We had sort of stayed in contact, and I don't know, sort of tired of just being in the coaching. Athletic administration was young kids on the way, and moved to Florida and took the job and as an SID basketball coach, essentially.
Okay.
And, we had 2 great seasons. The school's very young. It's only in its 8th year. And then we had some turnover and some transition. Some things happened. I got elevated to athletic director and, felt time that was this Windermere prep job was just something that was intriguing because it's a 3-year-old through 12th grade. So with all of our kids at one school, or my wife.
That'd be nice.
There.
And how big's the school?
We almost have 1,600 kids in the school.
So that's not high school.
The high school's about 650.
Okay.
Somewhere in that area.
And so people that don't know where Windermere is, I know where Windermere is because I'm like, you can see the back. I'm like a Disney fanatic. So I've already told my managers I'm taking them on the Sunday. I said, unless if we're in the championship, it's gonna be harder for me but I'm gonna make it work. But so is it it's a prep school. So explain how it is. Is it counties? How's your tournament? How does all that stuff work in Florida?
So it is a little different, and we're sort of getting back into almost like I've said, the PA model, the state tournament. So you're bound by districts. At one time, you had to play everybody in your district. You no longer have to play everybody in your district.
Okay.
You get seeded based on a state ranking system in the district tournament, and sort of play it out from there. If you win your district, you advance to the regionals, and if you don't, you still can fall. You can fall into that sort of 4 at-large bids to play your way in. I sort of like the system. It's actually worked out pretty well in girls volleyball this year, although it didn't work out well for our team. But
Right.
I like how it's set up. It worked out well for our golf program. The state's always trying to do the best it can.
And how far are you from Orlando?
Well,
where do the kids come from? That's the bigger question. How big of a radius is Windermere drawing from?
Well, you know what? It's an international school, so there's kids. Okay. We have kids from all over the world.
Okay.
And we're owned by Nord Anglia, which owns about 100 schools worldwide.
Okay.
So we definitely have an influx of international students as well as local students. One of our young kids on the basketball team is a 6'9" kid from China who's early committed to Florida. So verbal. Nice player, but definitely working hard and wanted to get into the culture of the United States and classes. And, I think that's that's a nice thing about our school. It offers that opportunity.
So tell me, let's go through your coaching journey. So several different high schools. What is there one thing you could share with? I have a lot of young coaches that listen to this. Something that happened to you in your coaching career that you want to share, like a success, a failure, a turning point, an aha moment, something like that.
Yeah. So we had, early on in my career, building a program from scratch, almost like you. It was called Bishop Carroll. By year 3, 20-win season, which they hadn't had in a long time, district champion in the state playoffs. Had an opportunity to then go back to my alma mater, which was Bishop McCourt, and had immediate success, just sort of establishing how we're going to do things. I mean, when you wear that uniform one time in your life and bleed, it's easier to sell what you're trying to sell. So we had a lot of years of success, and then we sort of got punched in the mouth a little bit. And in conjunction with the baseball team having success, which I was an assistant on, and we were having 2 down seasons. I mean, we still won 15 or 16 games. It wasn't our best teams.
Right.
I realized at that point, man, I'm not teaching the game the way it needs to be taught. I'm focused on the results. I'm focused on the score. I'm not focused on making sure we're making good V cuts, L cuts, showing your outside hand, facing up,
Getting better is what I tell my guys. If in November we're here, our upside better be better than everyone else's upside. That's all I really care about.
Yep.
I tell them, I said, if we do that, we'll be there at the end.
Yep.
Like we'll be competitive. That's all you want.
You can vouch for this, Coach. Like I said, when we get to February in Pennsylvania, I said, I want to see how we handle being on the road in February, down 8, going into the fourth quarter. What type of team do we have? What type of coaching staff? Where are we all in this thing together to figure out how do we start to come back in that game, win that game on the road? We know we have a 45-minute ride home in 20 degrees or 8 degrees.
Right.
What's our toughness? What's our mental toughness?
That's why I love coming to these tournaments. I'm telling you, because we won Kingdom of the Sun in 2017. It was 2017. And it was 4 games in 4 days or something. It was something crazy. But I knew after we won that thing, it's like, all right, this was great that we won it. But I said, ooh, we got something. Because that's brutal. That's like, it's grind. And it's like, it's always those little tests along the way.
You're right. Coach, let me ask you, are you, being in Wisconsin, what formed your basketball philosophy? Has it been the Wisconsin style of basketball?
It depends on my group, to be honest with you. That group that we won with Kingdom of the Sun, we're going to beat you 45-42. The group I got now, we're going to come at. We're going up. I mean, you just got athletes. I got kids that can shoot.
Yeah,
so it's a little different. So I think a good coach kind of adjusts to it.
Yep.
When I've had Coach Wesley who plays for the Wesley Matthews plays for the Bucks, and when I had those guys shoot, I had a good seat for it, I guess. But we just kind of went.
Yeah.
I was just directing. It just kind of depends. I think obviously we can play man. I mean, Wisconsin has the Bennetts and Bo. So everybody, if we got to play man, we'll play man, and we'll play it as well as anybody around, because that's just a Wisconsin thing.
Right.
We'll know our deficiencies. We'll play pack. We'll do it. I mean, if we have to do it, we can.
So let me ask you, and I'm just curious to know, because again, it's so funny that we're talking here tonight, because I would say 4 years ago, maybe I came across you somewhere.
Oh, really?
Be it online or something. that intrigued me about what you said or what you were teaching. I don't even really remember. But I knew when I came down to Oxbridge and took over that basketball program, it was an opportunity for me as a reboot to say, okay, how am I going to do this? I know I sort of burned out the last time with it. How do I redo this to enjoy that process? So it's something I must have searched and found what you were teaching. I don't remember what. I just remember when I saw the email come through the other day. I said, wait a second, I've heard
that name sounds. Ooh, that's good. That's great.
So I guess my question for you is: so if you are in a pack line, if you are that style of defensive team, number one, is there a shot clock in Wisconsin?
There is not.
So there was
one in Florida. There wasn't one in Florida. Is there? No.
Not in Florida. Not in PA either. So you're okay in the pack line of allowing middle drive?
Yeah, I am at times. And the thing is, and we'll do different things. We'll push sideline too. We'll do some Texas Tech, and we'll trap you on the base. We'll change it up. That's the thing. What's your feeling on the shot clock? This is interesting from an athletic director standpoint.
So two things. One, about 3 or 4 years ago, we went up to Bishop McNamara over the holidays and played in the Bishop McNamara tournament. And we won it playing with a shot clock, playing, as I always laugh about with those kids and that we had, the talent we had, playing Western PA style basketball.
Right.
Ball moves, people move, we're going to help on defense, which is not really a Florida thing.
It's different. I'm telling you, I think that's one of the reasons we won Kingdom of the Sun. We ended up playing an Ohio team in the championship, but they were looking at us like, what are you doing? I go, well, I've got a kid that's going to Dartmouth who's a legit mid-major, high major.
Right.
He's really smart, so he's going to Dartmouth.
Right.
We can play, but we can play if we're not. We can't have 90 possessions, or we're going to lose to you.
Right. And that's the Florida model, right? So we were sort of that team too that was going to be opposite of what everybody else was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Win that tournament with the shot clock, because everyone they got up there and it was almost like their comfort zone because we had been practicing that way for so long. We come back to Florida after that tournament. We beat McNamara that year at their place. We come back the next game after the holidays. We scored 9 points in the first half against the team we had beaten by 50 at the start of the year, because our kid just sort of went back to, well, we're in Florida now. This is how we.
Right.
Almost like, well, no, okay, not. So the shot clock was great. I enjoyed it from an athletic director standpoint. We struggle finding the necessary workers to run the game clock, to run the tickets. You're going to have to add another person now to run the shot clock, and then that person needs to know the rules.
The list is long.
It's
long.
Yeah. So I do love it. I just don't think I think a lot of people in Florida see it on TV and think, well, everyone's going to have this help. Well, not everyone does have this help.
So here's my argument against it.
Yeah.
And I sound like the old guy get off my porch kind of yelling. Okay. So but here's the issue. First of all, what I think makes high school basketball unique is you can have more than one style. You can go up and down. And I've coached them in 30 years. I've coached every possible style. I've been the grinder. I've been the up and down. I'm going to score more than you. I think that's one thing. If you watch college and NBA, all the games are very similar. They all kind of run the same stuff.
Yep.
And I'm a stats teacher. I teach statistics. Don't let the one game that's 12-6 think that happens. It happens. It's an outlier. It happens. But it's like the plane crashing. Yeah. It makes the news because it's a unique thing.
Yep.
That's the second thing is I think, why are we messing with something that works? Now we play halves. You guys play quarters?
Quarters.
Okay, so that's going to be unique for my guys. They're going to love
15-minute halves.
Yeah, we play 18-minute halves.
I love that.
18. Here's why I like 18-minute halves. It makes me play more kids.
Yeah.
No one plays the best. No one plays the entire half.
Right.
Like, no one. It's like a college game. If you watch a college game, no one plays 20 minutes
right.
So I know every game I got to rest guys. I got to pull them out, give them a minute or two blow, and then they can go again. So 2 18-minute halves. I wish we had an extra timeout or a non-carryover one, but we don't. But the quarter thing, I'm going to love the quarter thing because I miss that teaching moment between the two. Because because when we get to the state tournament, it's like every 4 minutes there's a break, so it breaks it up. But I love that rule made sense to me in the sense that it kind of forced my hand to play more kids.
Yeah.
Great. It's better for kids.
Yeah.
The shot clock does not. The argument that we're getting them ready to play in college is ludicrous. Like 4% of them are going to play in college. Why are we getting ready?
Exactly.
And it's not really that big of a problem. Like